I cannot say enough good things about Charles Blaine's website, urbanreform.org. I use this to do show prep. The Walton and Johnson show uses it. Michael Berry uses it. The KTRH newsroom uses it. We're all very interested in the work Charles Blaine does. You should be as well.
We have had a need for someone like you in Houston for a long time. The work you're doing, I salute you. I support what you do.
A young man is standing over there named Charles Blaine, and I learned from this young man as a young millennial at this age that he is so focused on reforming people's lives. Because of this young man, I got to see more hope in people.
Last but not least is a phenomenal young man, a shooting star, and a very vocal individual out in our communities. He spreads the word wherever he can. You can usually find him on Fox 26 doing his thing. I'm so proud of him, and I know many of us are. And his name is Charles Blaine.
12 million families in this country pay more than 50% of their income on rent. A lot of that is driven by property taxes, which are driven by local government.
80% of Black Americans polled just last week said they want the same, if not more, police in their neighborhoods. They just want better relationships with them. So when you look around the country and look at these cities that are defunding the police, these are cities often led by white mayors. I think you see a lot of Black mayors who understand that these communities don't want that. They don't need that.
There are just large swaths of people in our inner cities who are struggling and don't realize that they have the power and the agency to go to City Hall and fix those problems.
The frustrating part is that the people you often see advocating for stuff like this are the ones who are going to be most hurt by it, immediately hurt by it, and they don't make that correlation.
A lot of folks, friends, colleagues, and others who spoke out against the protests, and I think it's important to remember that it isn't the fabric of who we are as Americans to stand up against injustice and speak out, and so this was just a manifestation of that.
These were our original opportunity zones. I mean, that's where people came because you had a massive amount of people, ideas, opportunity, jobs, education, all of these things huddled in one space, and it made it easier than living in other parts of the country.
If they're going to raise minimum wage from, $12 to $15, well, it's not that you're going to all of a sudden make $15. You're probably not going to have a job. That's what.
And so, as a conservative who believes in accountability and transparency, I can't help. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't speak out and call for transparency and accountability to the agency of government that is tasked with enforcing the laws that government makes.
Housing costs, right? So you take Los Angeles. They recently did a study where they were looking at building one-bedroom apartments. It cost $600,000 to build a one-bedroom apartment. San Francisco with $700,000. In Texas, you could build a number of single-family homes for that price.
Like illegal dumping in inner city communities, or blight in inner city communities. We talk about these issues and the problem, why these problems exist, and how government is more often than not
always making it worse.
The problem. There are so many issues in our cities that free market idealists need to be addressing, and that we have the solutions to. And I think it's a shame if we don't take the opportunity to try to fight for people who need it the most.